Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Hammer. Today is Monday, April 21st, 2025. I, of course, am here with the mortgage rate update, the only place on the web where you guys get to join me live each and every weekday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Broadcasted to you this morning from West Virginia, just barely over the border from Pennsylvania. Yeah, I know, Pennsylvania, same place. Anyway, good morning, y'all. Hope y'all are doing well. If you're here this morning, say good morning. Remember, you can go ahead. Sorry, it's on the right. Remember, you can go ahead and join me live each and every weekday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. If you are watching the replay, don't forget to give me a hashtag replay in the comments. Let me know that you were here. Let Facebook and YouTube know that you were here as well. Don't forget to smash that like button, tag an LO friend, share this post in a group. And, but the traffic lights out too, so I wonder if they have a generator here. This whole area might be up. Anyway, sorry, y'all. We're traveling and we're trying to find a spot to settle in, and all the electricity is out all over the place on this exit. So, anyway, hope y'all are doing well this morning. Don't forget to go ahead and say hello in the comments, and let's say hi to all the live folks here and see who we've got this morning. Bear with me a minute. And where's my little? There it is. Let's say hi to the live folks here. Michael Love, good morning, sir. James Mahan, Megan Lindbergh, Mike Brown, Tim Kyla, Amy Blauser, Calvin Zikasteb Dickinson. Good morning, Candido Diaz. National chocolate covered cashews. I like chocolate covered peanuts. Give me the goobers. Good morning, Bill Stevens, Yasmin Martin, Robin Davis, Tom Stafford. What's your favorite thing covered in chocolate? That's the question of the day. Since today is National Chocolate Covered Cashews Day, let me find that in my captions. Question of the day: what is your favorite thing covered in chocolate? What is your favorite thing covered in chocolate? Let me know in the comments. Keep them coming. We'll circle around at the end. I'm not going to be super long this morning, but we got some interesting things to talk about. So let me know in the comments what your favorite thing covered in chocolate is. Since Siegel says today is National Chocolate Covered Cashew Day. While you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and let's move over to the other good stuff here. Bear with me a minute as I get back to the comments and unhighlight that one. There you go. All right. So what do we got going on this morning? Mortgage-backed securities are down 24 basis points to start the day. That's quite the dip in the morning. And it's funny. It shows it happening at like 8:25, but they were down in overnight trading quite a bit. So I don't know what that's about, if it's just off a little bit. But anyway, after peaking up on Wednesday, Thursday, we started to lose ground and markets were closed on Friday. Today is Monday. So remember, markets closed early on Thursday. They were closed on Friday. I had warned that we may see some losses going into Monday. It just really, we wouldn't know what we were going to see. Kind of some concern here. There's definitely more drama brewing between Trump and the Fed. That's going to play into some things here. Trump's push against Powell adds to doubts of U.S.'s safe haven status, basically. Here, the Sell America trade gathered momentum on Monday on concern President Trump will act upon his threat of firing Fed Reserve Chair Jerome Powell and implement policies that lead to a recession. Now, remember, there's supposed to be separation, and the Fed is supposed to be independent and not able to be fired by the president unless there's cause. However, that has been kind of flipped on its head when Trump went ahead and fired a couple of other positions that he's not supposed to be able to fire. So legal scholars say that a president can't dismiss a Fed chair easily, and Powell said he wouldn't resign if asked by Trump. The speculation is dealing U.S. assets a fresh blow. So we're not, that's going to affect us because we're seeing that the 10-year Treasury yield is likely to move higher. That puts us in a position where we want to start locking a lot more loans. Things look scary this morning. Again, there's a lot of chaos. So we had a window, and now for protection, I would go ahead and consider locking. I'm going to throw that on here. it's not that we know what's going to happen, it's that we don't know what's going to happen. And because of that, it puts us in a position where things have gotten kind of ugly. So let me just put that up on here. I'm going to go ahead and say risks favor locking, lock advice. And let me put that on. I'm going to put that on, but make sure you answer the question of the day because I'm about to change it. So the question of the day is, what is your favorite thing covered in chocolate? And the lock advice I'm going to throw up on the screen is lock loans for. All right. So again, things are getting pretty kind of crazy. Last week we saw things settle in quite a bit, which kind of put us into a more comfortable position. Things were a little bit less of a concern. However, now we're seeing that concern creep back up again. A lot more. Let me go ahead and share the screen and we'll kind of go over this. So this has made headlines in Bloomberg. It's made headlines over in the Wall Street Journal as well. Mortgage News Daily shows that we did creep back down. Remember, we capped back up around 7.07. That was the high point, according to Mortgage News Daily, and using that as a reference point here. Crept back down, and now we might want to lock in some of those gains because we don't know where things are going to go from here. 10-year Treasury yield back up to 4.38. It was down as low as 4.28. Right? So it's already jumped 10 basis points, and it's very possible that it could continue to creep higher. Again, same kind of thing here, right? So we've got stock market today, live up drop on jitters over Fed and trade. Investors weigh the Trump administration's threats to remove Fed Chair Jerome Powell. So even if he doesn't, he may say that he will, and he does. That's kind of what his MO is. And again, I don't really want to get into a whole love Trump or hate Trump kind of a thing. My personal feelings, I'm going to throw it out there because people have been. It's funny, I get accused of being pro Trump, but I think the chaos he's causing is unhealthy. I don't like what's being done. I don't know how it's going to play out though. I'm not that smart. But this stuff not cool, So there's a lot of things that are going to go nuts. You're not going to see a safe haven in bonds because nobody knows what the hell to expect. So that chaos creates a lot of, and this isn't going to go away this week. It's not going to go away tomorrow. It's not going to go away this week. So the Sell America, same thing as what they said on Bloomberg. The Sell America trade picked back up on Monday. Stocks opened lower. The dollar hit fresh multi-year lows against the euro and other major currencies. We normally don't talk much about this, but this is a big deal. You got to watch this. This points to things being negative for treasuries. When the dollar drops like that, it's generally a sign of all of this happening. Yields are going to jump, gold surge. You're just seeing a lot of sell-off. They're selling everything. And then we're down 25 basis points already this morning. We lost ground on Thursday. We were as high as like 99.20. Now we're all the way down 98.77. Again, we're losing ground, putting us in a position. I don't think it's up there on the screen unless it's still there. So yeah, the advice is to go ahead and lock for protection at this point. Because we could see bonds continue to lose ground. We don't know what this week's going to bring. There's a lot of scariness. So we did get a nice bounce. We recovered a quarter point or so. You might want to take that money and run. But that's just my take on it. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. What do you think this is all going to bring? What do you think it's going to look like? And I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. Boy, a lot of people on this morning. So we talked about what did you like covered in chocolate. Let's go through some of your answers. Curious to see what y'all are big on. Again, I'll go with chocolate covered. I like chocolate covered espresso beans, actually. Chocolate covered freeze dried strawberries, chocolate covered coffee beans. Yeah, there it is, Jerry. I'm with you, man. I like that. Peanut M&Ms, awesome. Chocolate covered cherries, always good. Chocolate covered strawberries, chocolate covered pretzels. Never had chocolate covered blueberries, Kyla. I'll have to try that one. Yeah, whatever. He's going to do whatever he wants, and he ignores the normal rules, which kind of scares me. And even if you support some of the things that he's doing, the fact of how he's getting them done should be concerning. There's a lot of ignoring the regular checks and balances, and that's kind of a concern to me. Anyway, though, that doesn't affect mortgage rates, so I'm not going to talk a lot about it. Deb Dickinson, most fruits and nuts. So good stuff. All right, my friends. Well, Let me know in the comments if you guys are locking or floating your loans. Again, I think on this one, the way this week is starting, it could turn around. We've seen it turn around before, but it just you've got to worry here. Ron, what did you have to say? A narcissist playing chess. If the market keeps dropping and the administration starts making, he takes the credit for a big jump, but forget that he caused the big drop. Exactly. Yeah, we know how this is all going to play out. The question is, what's going to happen to mortgage rates in the meantime? And because we don't know what's going to happen to mortgage rates, I would consider locking some loans and getting some of those gains on the books and going from there. So, all right, my friends, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you back in the office tomorrow. All right, my friends, have a great one. Bye-bye.